guest today is Veronica Ventura, an entrepreneur, mother, and now author of Working for Her, Puerto Rican Entrepreneur, Making It with No Excuse. Veronica's story is really one of starting over, more than once. She's faced heartbreak, financial struggles, infertility, single motherhood, difficult relationships, and plenty of moments when it would have been very easy to say, well, this is just the hand I was dealt. Instead, she kept building. Her story is rooted in faith, family, perseverance, and a belief that where you begin does not have to determine where you end up. Let's welcome Veronica to the show.
Veronica, it is so nice to meet you. Thank you for joining me today on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, listening to your bio and hearing a little bit of your story beforehand, of course, made me feel like you are kind of a kindred spirit. And I have a lot of feelings that so many other women will be able to relate to so many aspects of your story, because as I listen, I'm like, yep, been there, done that. So, but what a lot of people don't necessarily get to say about their story is, how they came out of the struggle and how they persevered. So I think your story is going to be really, really impactful. So I thank you again for sharing it with us today.
Absolutely. That was my goal to begin with, to impact other women and anybody for that matter.
Yeah. So I want to start with the subtitle, because Making It with No Excuse tells me a lot about you before anybody even opens the book. It gives that strong idea of, like, listen, we don't make excuses here. With this, we do the things.
Absolutely.
And I love that. Tell me a little bit about that.
I grew up with both of my parents telling me if I would tell them no, I couldn't do the laundry because the dog was there, it was like, go do the laundry. There's no excuse in this house. So since I was a little girl, my parents would tell me, no excuses, no excuses. You got to do what you have to do. And that was the bottom line. And I grew up with that. And here I am today, no excuses. No matter what hurdle I come across, there was always the light at the end of the tunnel. And I had to get to it.
Yeah, you see so much more, or maybe because we're older and we notice it, and we didn't notice it when we were kids, but we see so much more now of seemingly people making excuses for not trying even. I was going to say succeeding, but not even trying. Well, I can't because this, I can't because that. And, what a valuable message to be putting out for, like you said, anyone who needs that little nudge. So I know your parents instilled that in you. Did you kind of rebel against that, or it was just right there?
It was just easy for me to just, all right, well, we got to do what we got to do. And then it grows with you. It's a second nature. And you just go with that. I didn't really need to learn how to do that. I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's in me.
I love that.
It's in me.
Yeah. It's just in your DNA to do that, right?
When I say I want something, I will do anything legally that I can to get to where I need to get. And
I
get
love
what I need.
that.
Yes.
What's the difference in your mind between acknowledging that something, genuinely unfair happened to you and allowing it to become an excuse? Like, where's the line there that people struggle with, you think?
I think a lot of people play the victim card. Why me? Poor me? Why did this happen to me? Rather than, I am a firm believer that God puts the good and the bad in our path to learn from those hurdles that we come through. It's how you navigate, and God has put so many tools on the table for me. It's up to me to grab them and go with it. So I don't think I've ever had the guilt. Oh, but poor me. Why did this happen to me? And the contrary, I believe that it happened to me because the next step was a shadow of what happened in the past. Like that's the back. Now we just go forward.
Yeah, it's like the bad things that happen kind of prepare you more than the good things, right? Like it's so easy to be happy and productive and all the things when life is good, but who are you when the chips are down, right? When everything's going against you. I think they're like the greatest test of your fortitude and just what you're made of, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was, my dad used to tell me, in order to appreciate the sunrise and the sun and the beautiful Florida weather, you do have to
Mm,
experience the hurricanes and the bad weather. You have to, because it's what builds your what's the word?
your character.
Your character. She said, yeah.
Yeah.
It builds your
Did we say it at
character.
the same time?
My husband, he's here.
All right. So now tell me, so because we have another thing in common here partially. You were born in Puerto Rico and you have a Cuban dad. I have a
I do.
Cuban dad as well. So yes, there's that connection there. And your mom was born in New York. So what did that combination of cultures and personalities look like in your home growing up?
Fun. Fun. Beyond that, the food, all kinds of food was in our table. It's a lot of different cultures in one household, and when you see it from the outside, you're like, wow, these people are wild. But when you live it, you feel like this is life. I have
Hmm.
the Cuban side, and you eat the Cuban food, and you have the Puerto Rican side, and that's where I was born, and I have la sangre in me,
Mm.
and we live that life, and you just combine the culture, and you just roll with it, and it's fun. It's great. Beyond food, the people, you get to know different people, and those are your people in the background. And it's just nice knowing different rules, different cultures, different everything from both ends. So
You
it's
have
fun.
You have such a beautiful perspective on your upbringing and the differences and the, potential culture clashes even maybe. Um, did you always see it that way? Like, were there things about your upbringing that you maybe didn't appreciate when you were a kid, but you understand more now? Or was it just your life?
I think a little bit of everything. I
Yeah.
think the older I got, and then having children, the more I appreciated what my parents did, getting out of Puerto Rico because of financial situations, and family was here, and at first you're like, oh, you're moving us from our home to now this, and then the
Mm.
parents got divorced, and it was like all these little things happen. I was not mad at it. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't understand it. Now,
Sure.
as an older person dealing with life, then you start to think, okay, that's why my parents did this, and that's why I'm here today, because they were able to provide that for us, and they were able to teach us and guide us how to get away from whatever is not
Mm.
meant to be in our agenda.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little bit of I never regretted my parents for anything. That was not a thing. I never
Right.
regretted them. I never regretted what they've done. It was just,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't know. It wasn't the unknown.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say that when I was growing up, I thought we were rich. Um, what I didn't factor in is we lived in a 900 square foot apartment, and I didn't know because I had everything that I needed in life, right? And it wasn't until I got older that I looked back and I said, "Oh, okay, all right, I see that. I see that that wasn't what I thought
Right.
it was." For me, and it sounds like for you, it kind of makes you appreciate your parents even more, right? And especially when you go through your own struggles, you can actually relate to them as human beings and not just parents.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I um I've dealt with a lot of things in my past, which is in the book. Um and I have my husband hold my hand. I have my children hold my hand. I have my siblings, but nothing beats going to your parents and
Mm.
be like, "Mommy, papi, this is what's going on. This is what happened to me." And they're like, "Okay, get out of it. How are we gonna get
Mhm.
out of it? What are we gonna do? You're not gonna sit and wallow in your sorrows and feelings, and right. You're
Mhm.
going to get out of it. And how are we gonna do that?" So you need a little. I know that what they're saying is genuine rather
Right.
than being told, "Hey, this is what you have to say to her." So
Mhm.
you tell my kids this is what's going on, and they're like, but mommy, you're gonna be perfect and you're gonna be good. And yes, yes, you need that, but at the end of the day, you need that parent to kind of push you. So
Yeah, and nobody can do it like a parent, right? Nobody else can do it in the way that they can, and it's just different when it comes from them. It's kind of like,
it's
oh,
genuine. Yeah.
yes, yeah, because you know that they have your best interest at heart, right? Like that's not
100%.
nothing about it is selfish. It's just, listen, I know what's best for you, like any good parent
100%.
does, right? Like we
Yeah.
do know better, and we know as parents now we always know better.
I feel that way. My daughter disagrees, but
Of course. Of course. That's okay. She'll agree with you eventually.
one of these days, one of these.
Yes. You mentioned, the struggles. You talked about that briefly. And of course, your story includes, as we heard in the beginning, includes heartbreak and financial struggles and infertility, difficult relationships, and also single motherhood. And I said before we came on air, we were talking, and I said, all of that is so relatable, not only to myself, but to other women. And there are people, of course, women going through all of that right now. Tell me a little bit about how that inspired you to share your own story.
When you go through, and I'm not playing the victim card, I'm just simply stating facts. When you go through the things that I have gone through, when I had my miscarriage, when I was in the abusive relationship with a narcissist, when I worked for a psychiatrist that took a toll on me because of my
Mm,
mental health. When you go leaving Puerto Rico, coming here, they stole our things. And when you go
mm.
through so many things, at the end you kind of have to laugh about it. You're like, what's next? What is next? I've actually been very, very blessed. I have a beautiful family, a beautiful home, a beautiful husband. I've been just so blessed, and I don't know if it's because everything that has happened, I don't take it for granted. I learned from it.
Mm,
I learned everything from that. I'm not going to be in a relationship that it's ever going to do that to me again. I'm not going to work for somebody ever again that's going to be abusive. I'm
mhm,
not going to put my kids in jeopardy, things like that. Like, you have to learn from it. And I hope to God that whoever reads this book, or whoever is struggling dealing with the same thing, understands that everything is going to be okay as long as you don't stop, as long as
yeah.
you don't give up, and you just, what is your next move? And I hope
Mhm.
that's the point that I'm trying to get. Everybody's going to go through something. It's how you handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. Talk to me about becoming a mother
Oh,
after those struggles, right?
I'm going to cry.
Oh, did did becoming a mom change the way you approached, I mean, success for one, but everything, I would say. I mean, I would actually encompass that into, did it change the way you saw everything?
I don't know who I was before my kids. I don't remember who that
Mm,
was.
mhm.
Every step that I take is for my kids. Every breath I take is for my kids. I'm sick. I don't have the time because I have to be there for my kids. Hmm? Yeah, you become a fighter. That's true. You become a
Yeah.
fighter. So the second that first of all, when I had Madison, the doctor was able to put the baby on my chest, and I made out with her. I'm like, oh my God, with all the blood and everything. I don't remember anything before that. All
Yeah.
I know is that from that moment on, everything I did was for them. The pretty, the ugly, everything is for them.
Yeah. Your whole perspective on the universe changes because they become the universe, right? They
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
everything, your whole purpose in life becomes crystal clear, doesn't it?
100%.
Yeah,
Every little thing that you do.
it's amazing. Tell me about the title Working for Her. Who is her in that?
So I was working for the psychiatrist, and I'm
Hmm.
not gonna, obviously, for legal purposes, I won't mention names. But she tried to take me down. She showed her ugly colors. She was a bad person who genuinely was jealous of people's growth. Everything and everything was about her, and when you read the book, it talks about little incidents that she tried to take me down with her. And that was the final of the straw. The things that she would do was like, you could try to take me down,
Sure.
but look what I have. I have my family. I have my wealth. I have my everything. I have my business is growing, and obviously my business growth it's intimidating to her. So she
Sure.
tried to take me down and take away a
Mm.
lot of what I have, and no,
Nope.
no,
Not going to
not gonna
happen.
happen.
Nope.
So she scared me. It is a
Sure.
scare, that's my bread and butter. And what am I gonna do now with my kids? I felt like I disappointed them once I
Mm.
stopped working with her. It was heartbreaking, only because
Yeah.
I don't want to show my children failure, even though I didn't fail. In the contrary, I learned that what happened was growth. I grew from
Right.
that. I grew
Mm-hmm.
from that. I wrote my book. I have my business open. I'm there for my children. I'm here at home. Anybody who needs anything. So they saw that, okay, you got rid of that toxicness, that toxic life, and
Mm-hmm.
now you're giving us a healthier
Right.
upbringing. So
It sounds like it was one of those moments that really showed you exactly what you're made of. Such a great and valuable lesson to share with others that may be in a similar, type of situation, whether it's a relationship or a work environment, any of those things. Talk to me a little bit about your faith, because faith is woven through your whole story, right? And I'm always interested in people's faith journeys. So tell me a little bit about that, if you would.
I have a joke with my family and my best friend that I'm God's favorite. I'm God's favorite because I have been so blessed that I don't know what I did to deserve such beauty.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna cry. I take my religion very personal. Um I like that I'm Catholic. I got married in a Catholic church. I talk to God all day, every day. I don't feel like anybody has to push me to have faith.
Hmm.
I always say he slaps me in the face when I feel like this cannot get any worse. He
Hmm.
slaps me in the face with that happened because this is happening. It's a strong belief. It's a strong
Mm.
belief. I feel like I physically feel him like pushing me to the right path. He's very important.
It's such a beautiful thing to witness as an observer, to see somebody who just is full of the love of God, because it really shines through in everything that you do. And I think that is the essence of real joy. Like, you can have all of the chaos in the world going on, everything can be going wrong, and yet you still have joy because
One
you know
hundred
the
percent.
Lord, right? And what a gift and what a beautiful thing to share, because um we can talk about what we think of God all day long, but it's really what we present to others in
100%.
ourselves, right? Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Talk to me a little bit about the book writing process for you. This was your first book, yes?
It's my first book. The second one is in the making. It's a little
Wonderful.
my second one is a little different.
Hmm.
It was so easy for me to write. It was just I wouldn't sleep and I would write little notes on the side and I would just type and I'll send my mom, "Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that?" And she'll send back like, "You
Hmm.
wrote this wrong. You misspelled this and you fixed that." And it was a lot of team effort. But it was so easy for me because I genuinely loved what I wrote. I
Oh,
genuinely loved every single thing that I wrote. So it
that's
was easy.
beautiful. When did you know that you wanted to write this book?
Right after I left working for her.
Ah,
Right after. It was
ah.
probably minutes after I was like,
Wow.
yes.
Wow. It's you
Yeah.
like it's like it just all of your power came to you, right? It just
I have so much knowledge on everything
yeah.
that that I've gone through. So many memories, not knowledge, a lot of
Mm.
memories, a lot of information that I just put all in the book and made it happen. I want whatever I've gone through, which is really nothing. I really haven't gone through any trauma. But whatever I have gone through, I want people to know that you're gonna go through that, and it's okay, and that's normal. And there's people that are gonna have worse things
Yeah.
going on in their life, and it's okay. It's normal.
Mhm.
It's just how you approach. The end.
It sounds like you have a really beautiful way of seeing the blessings through the struggles, and I think that's an incredible gift to have, because a lot of people, a lot of people only see the struggle and they don't see the blessings. You were always like this? Did you always see the blessings through the struggles?
Mom, did I? Yes. She says
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
She says yes. And I tell my
Oh,
kids all the time, I never want to hear that's not fair or why me. That those words are not, they're not
yeah.
a vocabulary word in this house. It's life is fair. It's just how
Mm-hmm.
are you going to continue? How are you going to catch the tools to help you fix it?
Talk to me a little bit about your, let's see if I can stumble over the word. I know the word, entrepreneurialship. Talk to me a little bit. It's amazing that actually came out. I'm going to take the win on that one. But tell me
That
about
for
that.
me, that for me was easy, extremely easy.
Was.
Since
Wow.
I mean, I went to high school. It was a magnet program, and I was in business administration.
Mm-hmm.
I started college, but I didn't finish through business administration. I've always wanted to own. I had a flan company. Like, oh, I'm gonna sell flans, and we always try to open a coffee shop, and there
Mm-hmm.
were so many little things that I try to do to open a business of my own. It was always a calling for me. I find it a walk in the park. And then the what came about this business, the candle business that I have,
Mm-hmm.
is actually because I became a health coach, a
Okay.
certified health coach,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very hard to find help for adolescent that's holistic.
Mm.
So my kids needed it. So I decided to become a health coach. And from that transition became, all right, now we're going to find hobbies that are holistic and you're not going to medicate yourself right now. You're too young. So let's start doing little things here and there. And then my daughter got my kit, my first kit of the candle making. And she made her own candle. And like me, because she's mini me, made her candle and sold it to my mother. And my mom
Oh.
bought it. And that's where the idea was like light bulb, because we love
There it
candles,
is.
always have. And it evolved. It was so easy because number one, te nace. I don't know how to say that. Te nace. Um, you're born with that passion.
Ah,
You're
yeah.
born with that
Mm-hmm.
passion. So once my daughter was involved, my husband, my mom, my dad, everybody, we just hands on deck. I'm talking my
Yeah.
brother built shelves. My husband was moving around things. He wasn't getting paid. He still had to work. My mom was in and out helping. It was so easy to transition because of number one, it's in me. Number two, the army that I have behind me. I have a
Mm.
village that helped
Yeah.
in any situation, whether it was taking care of the animals, whether it was helping with the children, whether it was just everything had everybody had something to do
That's
and in this
amazing.
world. Yes. So it was easy. It was easy.
Yeah, that's incredible. What would you say to somebody who isn't as fortunate as you to have that army behind you and having that natural inner strength and determination? How can somebody get that?
We're gonna go back to the word tenace. You have to be born
Yeah.
to want it, and
Mm-hmm.
if you want it, you will find a solution. Maybe you won't have the family that I have to help me, but there's tools, there's
Mm-hmm.
people, there's loans. Listen, I am deep in debt with the loans. Okay, to start up that business, and every ounce or every penny is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just tools out there. If
Yeah.
you want, if you want it, you are fortunate because you that all you need is just that little drive, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're gonna start one step at a time. Get a loan, get a babysitter if you have a child, or yeah, just never give up,
Yeah.
never give up, and know that God has every step of the way. God is with you.
It goes right back to the no excuses, right?
No excuses
Because
at
the
all.
resources exist, like especially in this day and age when you have like the internet at your fingertips and all
Yes,
of these things, right? So any question you don't know the answer to, you can actually find the answer to,
Especially now with AI, you just
yes,
go for it. I didn't
it's,
have that when I was building my
yeah,
stuff.
yes. Yeah. It would have made life a lot easier back
Now
then.
you
I
get to
could,
take a picture of paperwork and you're like, answer my questions. And they're like, number one, here's the
right.
answer. Number two, I'm like, where was that when I was applying for my LLC?
Oh my gosh, it's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with the invention of AI, they do say it has the, potential or the ability to make more millionaires now than we could ever have even imagined before it existed. So, yeah, it's an incredible tool. So, like I said, it goes right back to your no excuses. There are no excuses, and
No.
you're a testament to that. You're living proof. You had, incredible obstacles that told you essentially you can't do this or it's not going to work, and you basically said, watch me.
Yeah.
Which is
Yes.
like my, one of my favorite things, like, tell me I can't, please watch me.
Yeah. Or
Watch
try
me
to
do
take
it.
it from me. Or try to take
Right.
it from me. And then the
Yeah.
Puerto Rican side of me comes out.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I fight to get it.
Yep. You mentioned you have a daughter, so I would imagine that she is also an inspiration to you to keep doing that, to keep persevering, to keep pushing, to keep, succeeding really. And whatever that means for you personally, like it means something different for everyone. But what a wonderful thing for your daughter to witness that, her mom does not give up. She doesn't take no for the answer, and that's wonderful.
And they tell their friends, I have a son as well, and they
Hmm.
tell their friends, they're like, don't play with my mom because when she says something, she's gonna do it. So if
Yep.
you're gonna get in trouble with her, you're on your own because they know that
Yeah.
I everything that I do, I take serious,
Hmm.
and they know that I don't break promises, and whatever I do is to let them know that this is the way you have to be growing up always. And I want my daughter to see that I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah.
I want my
Yeah.
son to know that I will not give up.
Hmm.
So my second book will come out soon, and I want them to know that's just book one and that's book two, and maybe there'll be three and four, but I will not stop until I know that I'm done.
Yeah. I
And
love
that's what
that.
I want them to do.
Absolutely. Wonderful. What a wonderful example you're providing for them. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, was there anything that you almost didn't include in the book for whatever reason?
Almost, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of family secrets, infidelities,
Yeah.
and little things here and there. I almost, but at the end of the day,
Hmm. It's
what are you
all
gonna do?
coming out.
It's all there.
It's all coming out.
It's all there. Take it with a grain of salt. Either you're bitter about it or you run with the punches and you enjoy
Sure.
it.
But
So
I think that's really valuable to anyone, because we all, every family has their secrets, everybody does, and putting them, I don't know, under the light, I think takes their power away, because secrets, obviously, they eat people up inside, and then I think there's like this catharsis when it's released and you're like, oh, I don't have
what?
to
Yeah.
hide anymore. Like, it's just out there, and it didn't kill me. I didn't die.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
I tell my kids, if you hold secrets, if you hold all these little secrets, your chest is going to hurt so much.
Mhm.
Talk to me about it. It's if it's bigger than you and I, then we do it together. But if
Yeah.
it's bigger than you, then I'll handle it.
Hmm.
So that's really big here too.
Tell me a little bit about people's in your life, of course, their reactions to the book. Were they surprised by parts of it? Like, were they like, I didn't know you were even going through any of that? Were there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a couple of family members that were like far family members, because close family members, I'm an open book. So
Hmm.
they're like, I never knew you struggled with the ex. I never knew that you had a miscarriage. I didn't
Mm.
know that your boss at the time was giving you that anxiety and that mental health, trying to take away from me my growth.
Hmm.
A lot of people were like, I didn't know this. I did not
Yeah.
know. And I was like, oh,
Now you know.
now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know. And I held nothing back. The only thing I
Yeah.
held back were names. That's it.
Wow. I think that's really brave. I think that's one of the hardest things to do, to truly put yourself out there for the world to scrutinize, to look at, to question, to, wonder about all of those things. And then especially if you are so used to showing the world the strong side of you, to show the vulnerabilities, I think takes a lot of courage. So I commend you for doing that.
Thank you so much. Thank
You are
you.
so welcome. Um, what would today's Veronica say to the younger girl in Puerto Rico if you could sit down beside her and just talk with her for 5 minutes? What would you say to her?
Spend more time with my grandmother.
Yeah.
Visit her more.
You got me on that one. Yep. You got me on that one. Yep.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think I lived a very blessed life. My parents
Mm-hmm.
never made us feel like they were struggling financially or emotionally or any of that. Like you say, we lived in a
Yeah.
little house, but we missed nothing at all. So I don't think that, looking back, I would say, "Oh, I wish you did this different and I wish you did that different." I don't, because it got me to where I am today.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is spend more time with my grandmother.
Yeah,
Call
absolutely. I
her more.
think that's so relatable too. We all have that person in our life that, if we could just get that 5 more minutes with them, that one more conversation with them, that would be worth all the money in the world, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I pray to dream about her, just to see her in my
yeah.
dreams.
I love
Yeah.
that for you. I love that you had someone in your life like that means that much. It's a
Yes.
blessing in itself, right?
Yeah.
We don't even have to imagine. We know that right now, somebody watching us in this video, in this interview, is feeling stuck and they're struggling. And maybe it's money or relationship. They're going through single motherhood or a dream that they've put off. Whatever it is, they're listening to your story and thinking, that's wonderful for her, but I don't know how to get from where I am to where I want to be. What's the first thing you would tell them to do?
Be comfortable in your lane. You have to stay in your lane, obviously. And if you
Mm-hmm.
derail, you're going to be a lot more stressed out. So stay in your lane and find in your lane what works for you and what you can grab to help you. It's obviously, if you don't have the means, let's say, to open the business, if you stay in your lane, get a loan, but don't get a high loan. Get a smaller loan.
Mm-hmm.
Look for grants that I know the county offers for business owners. Stay in your lane. Don't give up. Learn what is right for you. Not everybody lives the same. Not We don't all have the same means, the same struggle, the same finances, the same health issues. So stay in your lane, grab what
Mm-hmm.
you can without giving up. And if this fails, go to the next one. And if that fails, continue. And one day you will have everything that you want,
That's
as long as you fight.
That's such valuable advice. And I love the way that you put that because, people will watch like, self-help gurus and all of these people, and they're all telling them like step by step, do this, do this, do this, and
Yeah.
you will achieve exactly what I've achieved. You can do it too. And it's unrealistic for every reason that you just said. Everybody's life experience is different. Everybody's needs are different. So following the exact steps that you followed or that I followed may not work for them. So I love that phrase, stay in your lane, not,
Yeah.
try and be in somebody else's lane doing exactly what they do. You can take like a framework, right? A model, the perseverance, the
Absolutely.
determination, the no excuses mindset, all of those things are definite like takeaways. But like you said, stay in your lane, not in somebody else's. That's
I used
brilliant.
to have I used to have these friends that they had more money than I did, but
Hmm.
we were always hanging out and having a good time. And I was like, I want that. I want to have a nice car. I want to dress nicer, but I'm not going to Bloomingdale's. I'm going to Ross. I'm not going to buy a Lexus, but I'll buy a Chevy. So
Hmm.
as long as I stay in my lane and know where I need to be, eventually I'll get to where Eventually we'll get that BMW, as long as I work
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
But
I
as long
love
as you
it.
stay in your lane.
Yeah, I love it. I love your work ethic. I love your willingness to be vulnerable and open with the world, essentially, to say, listen, here's who I am. Here's what I experienced, and here's what I learned from it, and how I came out on the other side of everything. So I think that's wonderful. And I'm excited for you for the next book. Is that going to
Thank you.
be nonfiction or fiction? Can you
We're
give us
working
a
on that.
little?
We're
Yeah.
we're working
Deciding?
on that.
Okay.
It's a little not feisty. It's spicy. It's a little
Ooh,
spicy. That's what I'll
okay.
give you.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Well, we're looking forward to
Yes.
that.
Thank
Can you
you.
tell everyone where they can find your book? And if you're doing, I don't know if you're doing any book events, but if you are, feel free to let everybody know where that's going to be.
We're working on the book events. I'm trying to get Barnes and Noble to have us do a book reading and a book signing. So we're working on that one. But you can definitely find my book on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. There's a lot of different book platforms
Hmm.
that I've never even in my life have heard of.
Yeah,
There
there's so
are so
many.
many. There's so many. But if you put my name, the actual Veronica Ventura,
Hmm.
working for her, it pops up right away, and it's available in paperback, and it's available hardcover and audiobook.
Beautiful. Outstanding. Thank you so much for sharing your
Thank
story
you.
with me today. I appreciate you so much, and I'm very excited for you to see what is next for you, because I think it's going to be pretty wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely.
My mom says she absolutely loved the interview. Your
Oh,
questions.
yay. Tell her I said thank you very much.
She said, she said thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome. Take care.
Thank you.
You've got a story worth sharing. Now it's time to tell it well. Whether you're an author, entrepreneur, influencer, or podcast guest, stepping in front of the camera or microphone can feel overwhelming. On the other side of the mic is your practical, encouraging guide to becoming a confident, authentic, and engaging interviewee. Written by media personality and best-selling author Elsa, this book blends real-world wisdom from hundreds of interviews with a touch of humor, grace, and heart. It's more than a how-to. It's a roadmap to presence, professionalism, and peace in every conversation.